Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we'll be talking about marketing ethics in the pharmaceutical industry, specifically AstraZeneca. So, in the pharmaceutical industry, marketing ethics refers to the moral principles and standards that companies follow when promoting and selling their products. In essence, AstraZeneca focuses on ethical marketing by integrating scientific knowledge with patient needs. Next, we will highlight the importance of ethical considerations in marketing. So firstly, incorporating the code of ethics and transparency can encourage employees to cultivate virtuous character, which manifests values such as honesty and justice. Next, ethical marketing promotes better patient outcome, social responsibility, and regulatory compliance. The utilitarian framework encompasses the interests of patients, healthcare practitioners, and stockholders. Furthermore, transparency and informed consent for clinical trials empower patients while preserving their right to autonomy. Preventing exploitation protects basic human rights by avoiding misleading information and unfair marketing techniques. Finally, ethical marketing promotes equitable access to medicine based on medical needs rather than undue influence, thus avoiding measures that exacerbate healthcare disparities aligned with the ideals of justice.
The next content is about drug promotion and advertising. Next, evaluate about exact unethical implications of direct-to-consumer advertising. First of all, I will talk about transparency and information accuracy. Exact DTC advertising should prioritize transparency, providing accurate and balanced information about its medications. Secondly, educational value. Exact DTC campaigns could be viewed positively if they focus on educating the public about specific health conditions, fostering awareness, and promoting responsible self-care. Next point is balancing benefits and risks. Exact ethical stance on DTC advertising should involve clear communication of both the benefits and risks of its medications. In utilitarianism theory, exact DTC advertising contributes to overall societal well-being by raising awareness and encouraging early detection and treatment, aligning with the utilitarian goal maximizing overall happiness. Meanwhile, in theory of care, exact DTC advertising can align with care ethics by emphasizing the importance of individual health and encouraging responsible healthcare practices.
Next, we'll be talking about AstraZeneca balancing promotion with accurate and transparent information. AstraZeneca companies aim to create positive societal impact and better ethical behavior in all their business activities, market, and value chain by promoting ethical, transparent, and inclusive policies and practices. Hence, the formation of AstraZeneca Global Policy, Code of Ethics, and Global Standard Product Promotion. The theory that aligns with this is virtue ethics, because AstraZeneca realized the importance of being ethical while doing business that align with virtue ethics in development of moral character. Second is ethics of care, as Exact did their business honestly without trying to manipulate their consumer in buying their goods. Lastly is utilitarianism, because they promote accurately with transparent information to their consumers that increase overall well-being.
For AstraZeneca potential impacts on public health and consumer trust, they are being vigilant in areas as mentioned, includes personal data and human rights. They collect diverse thoughts of community to build a strong pillar internally and externally. They conduct clinical trial transparency by affirm regulations according to Code of Ethics in conducting a causal as human-centric approach is being used. These align with the scientific research they are carrying. Ethically, the firm use utilitarianism as to maximize benefit and minimize harm. Their honesty, integrity, and responsibility behavior reflect their virtuous behavior. This is shown by the virtue ethics and deontologically towards their high standards vision and good interaction with stakeholders.
Clinical trial and research ethics. Designing clinical trials for AstraZeneca involves careful planning to ensure scientific rigor, participant safety, and ethical integrity. Rigorous protocols for randomization, blinding, and statistical analysis are essential to minimize bias and ensure reliable results. Ethical review boards play a crucial role in evaluating and approving trial designs to safeguard participant welfare. Conducting clinical trials for AstraZeneca involves executing the design protocols with precision. This includes recruiting eligible participants, obtaining informed consent, and implementing the trial procedure. Monitoring and managing data collection, adverse events, and participant adherence are critical aspects. Adhering to good clinical practice, GCP standards, and maintaining communication with regulatory authorities contribute to integrity of trial. Ensuring the safety and well-being of participants remains a paramount responsibility through the trial duration. Reporting clinical trials about AstraZeneca. Reporting clinical trials for AstraZeneca involves transparently presenting the findings in accordance with established guidelines. This includes detailing the study design, methods, participant demographic, and results. The publication of trial results in reputable, peer-reviewed journals facilitates scrutiny by the scientific community. Accurate and comprehensive reporting is crucial for informing healthcare decisions and contributing to the overall body of medical knowledge.
Now we will examine how AstraZeneca handles conflicts of interest during research. So firstly, disclosure is required for researchers using standardized forms for documenting financial and personal interactions between their competitors alongside regular updates. Next, AstraZeneca's Independent Conflict of Interest Committee will review the conflicts and draw up management plans which are created to reduce bias or influence. So this includes recusal, data blinding, and also independent monitoring. Next, the conflicts relating to clinical trials are publicly disclosed on their website alongside the guidelines for managing the conflicts. Also, AstraZeneca incorporates ethical theories into handling these issues by reducing prejudice and maintaining research integrity. They contribute to dependable outcomes that benefit the public health, which aligns with the principle of utilitarianism. Lastly, virtue ethics is demonstrated when AstraZeneca highlights disclosure and transparency, which shows dedication to honest and legitimate research.
Discussion about responsibility of AZEC in ensuring the safety of trial participants. The first point is ethical considerations. AZEC must adhere to ethical standards and guidelines when conducting clinical trials. This includes obtaining informed consent from participants, ensuring transparency about the potential risks and benefits of the trial, and respecting the rights and well-being of participants. Next, regulatory compliance. The company is obligated to comply with national and international regulation governing clinical trials. Regulatory agencies such as the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which is FDA, or the European Medicine Agency, EMA, set standards to protect participants, and AZEC must meet this requirement to gain approval for their drug candidates. Other than that, study design and protocols. AZEC is responsible for designing robust and scientifically sound clinical trial protocols. These protocols outline the study's objectives, methodology, participant inclusion and exclusion criteria, and safety monitoring plans. The company must ensure that the study is conducted according to these predefined protocols. In vitro ethics, AstraZeneca's ethical responsibility in clinical trial is assessed based on the cultivation of virtuous character traits.
Now we'll be discussing about access to medicine and pricing. We will first discuss regarding ethical dilemmas. Before we started, George R.T. has quotes ethicists believe that pharmaceutical corporations have a duty to provide medical supplies to patients who are unable to pay the profit-maximizing patent monopoly. The dilemmas that AZEC face is the increase in data privacy and data transfer law require AZEC to ensure they meet regulatory and stakeholder expectations around data protection and security. Theory that aligns virtue ethic as ethical concern involve cultivating virtues to ensure the responsible handling and protection of consumer data, reducing the risk of data breaches. Secondly is right theory, where individuals have the right to their own private data. AZEC are obligated to be responsible and to accountability when collecting data by obtaining clear and informed consent before collecting personal data. Lastly, is cons theory stated that respecting privacy aligns with the principle of treating the individual as an end in themselves, not merely as means to an end.
AstraZeneca pricing strategies consist of 4 key principles, which they put customers on top in terms of their priority. As the patient-centric is addressed, they maximize welfare, making they promote utilitarianism deontologically and showing ethics of care. They treat all the patients as inhuman equally and offer the same benefit to all. For patients that need to be on med regularly, it becomes known to them that the medicine might be unaffordable through the consistent meat. However, they choose not to close an eye on this. They provide discount schemes and assistance for those that cannot pay through the Patient Assistance Program called PAP. They also raise charity as to help fully and join hands with the government to resolve the issues.
Lastly, we'll be discussing regarding the initiative taken by pharmaceutical companies to address global health disparities. AstraZeneca has shown the initiative by creating access to healthcare goals focusing mainly on equitable access, affordability, and health system resilience. Theory that align with it is ethics of care, as affordability of medicine is considered in terms of caring for individuals and communities, ensuring that healthcare is accessible and responsive to the specific needs of patients. Next is utilitarianism, as by contributing to public health, ensuring the availability of medications, and responding effectively to healthcare challenges. Lastly is justice theory, because distribution justice concerns the fair of distribution of resources and benefit within a society.
The next subtopic is regulatory compliance and industry standards. The role of regulatory bodies in ensuring ethical marketing can be divided into 4 categories. Firstly, evaluating the accuracy, balance, and adherence to ethical standards, and then they will also monitor marketing efforts for non-compliance and take corrective measures if needed, and then they will also have the right to impose penalties, withdraw marketing approvals, and take legal proceedings against companies who participate in unethical marketing tactics. Lastly, they also can formulate and distribute ethical marketing guidelines to offer training programs to its members.
Discussion about industry standards and codes of conduct governing AstraZeneca marketing. First, use effective safety, health and environment, or we call SHE, management systems. Ensure that everyone acting on their behalf understands that following the law and acting morally are fundamental, non-negotiable obligations. This includes doing so through rules, training and principles. Maintain robust financial, regulatory and operational controls. Next, document business decisions and supporting rationales truthfully and completely. Last but not least, work to minimize reliance and impact on natural resources and promote environmental sustainability.
Last but not least, AstraZeneca stands out for its commitment to regulatory, compliance, and industry standards. These standards are crucial for ensuring the safety, quality of their products. AstraZeneca places a strong emphasis on adhering to good manufacturing practice (GMP) guidelines. Furthermore, the company is dedicated to good clinical practice (GCP) standards. This commitment underscores the ethical approach to conducting clinical trials, prioritizing participant safety and the reliability of trial data. While AstraZeneca has a positive record in upholding these standards, it's always wise to stay informed about the latest industry developments. The pharmaceutical landscape is dynamic and ongoing scrutiny is necessary to ensure that companies maintain the highest standards over time. Thank you very much.